Vertical trunk control sequence. Obviously, it's about vertical trunk control. So what we want our clients to be able to do is stand and maintain that vertical trunk control. They shouldn't have to do this. They shouldn't have to whip their head around. They shouldn't have to take a step. So in the beginning, just start vertical trunk control with head or eye movement. And you can change the stance, wide, narrow, one foot on top of the other, long, narrow, tandem stance, wide, staggered stance, anything that works. And you can test with it and you can play with it and use it for core. So vertical trunk control, very core oriented, completely core oriented. While I'm standing here, and I should be standing lower. So let's pretend that I'm this short. And I am only moving my eyes. I'm going to move my eyes to the deep end of the pool. Without correcting, this is what happens. And let's see if the opposite happens to the shallow end. I'm just moving my eyes, not my head. And trying not to correct. Your natural inclination will be to correct. And that's fine, because that's what you should do. That means you're using core. If, on the other hand, people turn their eyes and they start correcting like this, that's not it. This isn't core. We need this strong. So nothing moves except the eyes. Then nothing moves except the head. Turning the head to one side. If this doesn't challenge people, feet in a closer stance, lower in the water, one foot on top of the other. Head movement is actually easier than eye movement for most people in terms of core. So you can play with that one also. From vertical trunk control with head and eye movement, we go to upper extremity movement. We would normally start with contralateral movements, movements that keep us symmetrical. They're helping us to stay symmetrical. Then we would go to unilateral movements. And as soon as we become asymmetrical, our challenge is balance. Our balance is challenged. And there I go. So try unilateral, then go to ipsilateral and see what happens. Two arms going in the same direction. And again, it's going to pull you over. It'll make you asymmetrical. Now, if you use your core, it won't pull you over, but I'm trying not to compensate so you can see what's going to happen with your clients. You do not have to use arms in specific ways. They can be willy-nilly arms. They can be floating around. But did you see it turned me? That shouldn't happen. We should be able to stay in place during this whole time. You can have arms going around and out. You can be conducting the orchestra. Any arms, any upper extremities, any upper extremity movement, and it should only be upper extremity movement. 0 on the legs, on the head, torso moving, anything like that. So upper extremity movement, play with it, see what happens. Again, challenges would be deeper water and feet together. It destabilizes us. Next, start to move the trunk. And in this one, I start to move the trunk from the top, And so playing with trunk, can they be low in the water and moving the trunk around without having to compensate with their arms? And that's bending the trunk. Then you can go to reaching with bending. But what you'll see people do is instead of bending the trunk, like from the waist up, moving the trunk, they'll hinge at the hips. As soon as you say bend, they'll bend this way and this way, but not from the waist up. So practice the segmental spinal rotation so people have it. We can also do that segmental spinal rotation, that bending from the waist down by using the tailbone. Just make it a clock and have people move to 6 and 12 and 9 and 3 and around the clock and back around the clock in different directions. So we're moving from the bottom up now. Now you can add here squats so that people start to move the torso, but the hips and knees stay in place. So any kinds of squats, feet together squats, one-footed squats, one foot on top of the other squats, long, narrow tandem squat, stance squats, wide staggered stance squats, any squats, practicing the squats. And I would use the heavy concept, but that's not part of this. Then from squats, going to weight shifting, to be able to shift our weight side to side and forward and back and diagonals. And usually it's back. Usually it's back where there's a problem with vertical trunk control, but weight shifting, okay? And what you'll see is people moving from the outside in. This is their weight change. Instead of this, they should be able to shift their weight and maintain vertical trunk control as they shift, no matter what side it's to, no matter if it's forward. It shouldn't be forward flexion. It should be upright alignment, vertical trunk control with the shift, whether you're going up or back or diagonals or whatever it is. So shifting. The reaching, I may have forgotten to mention recovery, is that we reach and bend, and then everybody can bend this far. It's they can't get back. They can't get back to where they were. And so the practice is not going to be moving out of alignment. The practice is going to be coming back to alignment. Our extensors, the posterior chain, whatever you call them, are weak, and we need to practice reaching out of our scope just a little bit too far until you want to fall over, and then practice using core to come back. Okay, so then weight shifting squats. Next would be lower extremity. Can you stand here? And I use the clock again. Imagine a big clock on the pool bottom around you and touch. Just touch to 12, touch to 6, touch to 2, touch to 7, touch to odd numbers. Make sure you cross the midline. But it's just a touch, which means we're maintaining vertical trunk control over one leg while we're touching. So it might just be a quick touch out to the side and then come back, so in order for them to maintain that trunk control. And play with the touches, make them further, make the touch way out then. So they have to bend over and come back. Then instead of touches, the clock with lunges. So step forward, weight shift over that leg, and then come back. People will lunge like this. Like it's as if they're pushing off right there. That's their push off. But we'd like to be able to lunge, maintain vertical trunk control, and weight shift, get our weight over that front leg or the back leg if we're lunging backwards. So lunging, whether it's to the side, to 2 o'clock, to anything o'clock, practice the lunge, practice the weight shift, because from here, we're going to go to weight transfer. Weight transfer can be done with the clock again, or it can be done with walking or ADLs or any skills like that. So, and it would just be this: lift your leg to 3, to 12, to 6, lift the other one to, was that 3? and then try 3 back here and different places. So vertical trunk control with a weight transfer to one side. And then you move into walking. That's the next step, is vertical trunk control while walking. I don't think I need to go into that. I think all of you know that one already. Thank you for joining me.